Tutorials are a special form of teaching that we have in Oxford, where a small group of students, so maybe 2 or 3 of you, spend time, maybe an hour once each week, with a member of faculty, so a professor, or possibly a researcher or a postgraduate student, really getting to grips with part of the course. They're intended to be challenging, they're intended to be thought-provoking, and they're really intended to help you think beyond the basic knowledge of the fundamentals into sort of what are the implications of this for our understanding of science.
My tutorials with students are diverse. They can range from discussing the scientific literature on which students have written essays, to debates on the reality of species, to understanding the distribution of deep sea sediments. My tutorials can also have a practical element. So for example, we often examine rock and fossil specimens, and we discuss their characteristics and any inferences we can draw from those rocks and those fossils. For example, their paleo-environmental context.
Now, these are these small group teaching sessions that are fairly unique to Oxford, and they involve you doing some work beforehand, handing that work in, and then sitting down with one of the academic members of the department for about an hour as you go through the answers to those questions. It's a really great system because it introduces you to world experts, and you can ask your questions and sort of work through the problems together. And it's an amazing system where you can really get to grips with the topics you're learning in these small groups in this very personal manner.
I spend quite a lot of my time giving tutorials and teaching in the field. These are really great aspects of our course that allow really close working with students and a really in-depth discussion of topics of interest.
Tutorials are a really good way to get to grips with the course material in a way that you can't do on your own or with a large class and practical session. So a group of us would sit down and then go through, say, a sample on a microscope in really fine scale detail, and I can talk you through all of the different features I wouldn't have time to do if we were discussing it in, say, a lecture or in a practical session.
A tutorial in Oxford is all about discussing about some topic of interest, either related to the course or going beyond the actual coursework. And it gives you as a student the opportunity to really ask all the questions that you have and probably don't dare to ask in the framework of a big lecture. And it gives me as a tutorial fellow the chance actually to profit from your new ideas and just have nice and interesting discussions with the students.